Hey guys, welcome back. So today is going to be a little bit different because I actually have two sketchbooks we'll be looking through. This is book 6 and this one is actually 6.5. So this book basically I would work on sort of, I mean it's small so I was able to take it with me on the bus and in my bag a lot easier than this one, which is quite a bit bigger. It has less sheets of paper though, so it should be a pretty quick flip through. I'm pretty excited actually to go through this one because this is one of my favorite sketchbooks, just because of the overall sort of vibes it has. I don't know if that's weird to say, but you'll see when I get in there, I guess. So let's do it. So by now I started to get a little bit more into decorating this front cover. So you can see I had this sketchbook for about 3 months. From February to, was that May 2016? We have Will Graham from Hannibal. I was working with markers again, so usually that's with this colored stuff. I was trying my hand at more character design type work, so I think this dude, he was like based off a square? And then I would be like, okay, what about a circle? It must have been something like that. Something to that effect. Watercoloring. There is some watercolor. This paper is actually really good. I don't remember what type of book this is. I think it's Strathmore actually, but it's got mixed media paper, which is really the best type for this, I don't know, the style technique that I use. It didn't absorb pen too much or anything, so that was really good. Like this is some sort of marker. More Will Graham. And so here I was just working out just more watercolor style illustrations on this paper because I was still using watercolor or like actual watercolor paper to do my paintings on, but every so often I would dabble in trying it out. Like I think this page is pretty good. I wish for some reason I feel like I kind of lost some imagination or something over the years. So I sometimes look back at these and I'm like, oh my god. So this is more person of interest stuff. And this is like a what if they were the characters from Scooby-Doo. Wow. There's some pen work. I think I saw this guy getting off the bus. Some The Shining. Yeah, I really like the way I use this mustard color. I mean, maybe it sounds a little... I don't mean to sound super like, oh my god, it's so good, because obviously, I mean, the anatomy is like pretty bad, but I don't know, it kind of has a vibe, so... Some Sharpie sketches. Just doing some line art. I went hiking and took this with me, so I did some nature sketching. Coraline. I need to make some new Coraline fan art. To be honest, there's a lot of fan art I need to make, but I'm just, I'm so pressed from time. I watched Blade Runner for the first time and was like, I don't know, I love the costume design. There was some documentary I was watching with this like photographer woman. I really wish I knew what it was called, but it is really good. Like, they didn't know that she had all these photos. And then after she passed away, she had no relatives, but when, I don't know, whoever it was checked out her house, they found all these photos and they're like, whoa, this is really good. The crow. More crow. I actually have this picture up on my Deviantart back in the day. Near the end, I do kind of get a bit lazy, I think. Another marker reference. I did this in pretty much every book. I would find a page and just put down all my markers that I had sort of labeled. Because they weren't like professional markers or anything. They were just whatever cheap markers I could get my hand on. Star Trek stuff. Person of interest. Just some sort of character design. Just some Sharpie work. Self-portrait. Oh, I saw this girl down at the bus station. She was so cool. More of this robot character. I think David Bowie had just passed away. Something like that. Sharpie. My self-portrait. And that's it. Although, I did a lot of sketching in my school notebook. Yeah, so if you want to know about this book, though, it's like the Strathmore multimedia paper book. It's a pretty heavy weight. It doesn't really exactly say, but so that was book 6. And now I'll go over to the little guy, book 6.5. So my previous book, I sort of would use as a more, I don't know, like I try to do more finished sketches, even though it's a sketchbook, you should be just like randomly, like there's people on the bus. You should be just like randomly sketching, you know, not caring about how things look. But with this smaller one, I pretty much just did whatever. Didn't really care. Which I think is, you know, that's the mindset you kind of want to have with doing a sketchbook is, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect, you know. So I think I drew this when the Sherlock movie came out, or like the 2-parter with, when they're in like the Victorian era or whatever. Some old guy on the bus. I mean, you could probably tell by now that I really like drawing old dudes. So when it came to this pen, I pretty much just would draw with whatever sort of utensil I had with me at the time. Some peridot. This is a fun exercise where you draw like blobs with a marker and then you draw them in with a pen. More Sharpie drawings, I believe. These were people at the park. Got a self-portrait. Castiel. Concepts. Designs. More concepts. And when I say concepts, I don't know. It's just sort of like random stickers. Old guy. Presumably from the bus, maybe. This guy was like riding on a bicycle. Really pale sketchbook drawings. More old people. Some people from the bus again. Bus people. I think this was during, I was taking summer classes at this time. Oh, ew. Yeah, so I was working on a comic, and this was the first time I'd ever drawn these two characters. He's supposed to be like a Sasquatch, but oh, he looks so weird. He's more like a character design, I guess. The main character. Bus people. Oh my god, what is this anatomy? Oh my god. Yeah, I think this was still summer. Yeah, it's just a little self-portrait. Yeah, you'll notice if you've watched all my videos up till now that I draw myself like a lot. I think it's because I don't know, when you know yourself. I mean, you're around yourself all the time, so why not? Oh yeah, my family had gone camping, so outfit. We were getting ready to leave. More concept for the Sasquatch than Bigfoot. Smoky Quartz from Steven Universe. I guess I was still watching Steven Universe at this time. I usually put my character here, Bob, on the page. He's kind of like my go-to character. I mean, it's hard to not run into him when you look through your one of my sketchbooks, but he's kind of like a, if I want to fill a page or I'm getting some sort of art block, just drawing a good old Bob. We got Opal. My cat's here. Go over there, Alexander. Yeah, I don't even know. Got a watermelon though. So sorry about that, guys. My camera died. So yeah, there's a lot of blank pages in here. And usually I try to put like a sketchbook covering pretty much every page. Some more people from the bus. I kind of like this one. Girl. More of these characters from my comic. My comic actually, I didn't get very far. I got up to like 50 pages before I just realized, you know, I don't think comic making is really for me. I'm not sure what that is. Gets pretty wacky sometimes, I guess. More Sherlock. People on the bus. I remember this one time I was, I don't know, just talking to some woman in front of me, and this guy had been seeing me drawing, and he's like, "That's really good." I'm like, oh my god. And I'm not used to people just sort of, you know, watching. Just more concept work, expression. I just got back from San Francisco. My family took a little like train trip down to San Francisco because it took 2 days down to get there, but we don't live too. I mean, we live pretty far, I suppose technically, but so it wasn't too much of a trip, but it was really fun. More old people. This profile is actually pretty good. I think one of the worst things one of the worst things that I draw is probably, well, aside from hands, is probably just profiles. And I guess that's it for this one. So this was Sketchbook 6.5. And I think I was working on this one for like 3 years, just on and off. Because it was the one I would just grab and throw into my bag. So thanks for sitting through that, guys. I literally like changed into like 3 different rooms during all of this. And so hard to find like a quiet location. Yeah, so the links to like my social media and stuff will be down below, and I'll see you guys when I go to sketchbook number 7. I'm not sure which one that is. It's either the really big one or it's the one that's sort of just the normal book size. So, I mean, we'll see when I get there, and I'll see you guys next time.